Hey there, it's Red Knight here and welcome back to Food Stream. Now, in case you haven't already realised, we've just done a really cool event called The Healthy Start, and I really loved it. Now, I am the Food Street YouTuber and I'm going to be telling you all about that event that we've just experienced. Now, you do have this wonderful event area that's just located to the left of your restaurant. Now, usually it is empty, but when an event's about to start, the builders come out, all the materials they need to set up the event area are then brought by the construction company, and then your builders get to work. So there's no more playing, they now have to start earning the salary that you're paying them. And there they are, painting, sitting on the seats, hammering away, and getting ready for that event that's just about to start within a few hours. Now, I really did enjoy this event. It was much different than the ones that we've experienced before, and for me it was really fun to actually do. Okay, right, now it's time. Let's go and start and see what it was all about, and let's see why I enjoyed it. Now, first of all, news and information comes up. So the first one on the left tells you about the event, tells you when it starts, and then the one on the right there is telling you about the trophies that we are getting if you came in the top 3 positions within the food clubs. And my club actually came number 1, so I was really happy to be able to get a wonderful trophy that I can show you a little bit later. Now, the first thing you need to do is to collect your golden package from this gentleman here, and he will oversee the event for you and get it going. So let's see what's inside that golden box. So give it to me. And what have we got? So your starting ingredients, you got cucumbers, broccoli, quinoa, celery, avocados and pomegranates. Now, the first 4 items didn't take so much time to grow, but the last 2 did take a long time. Now, usually we have 6 boxes and we have 3 machines, but this time it was a little different. Over in the back you had a beautiful young lady who was your crop farmer. Now, she had 2 slots at the beginning of her option for actually finding and growing items, and then the rest were items where you could compact the fruit or vegetables together and then make another item. Now, I never used those ones, I only ever used the first 2, so I was spending 100 coins and then she was rummaging in her bag for those fruit or vegetables that I needed for this event. Now, you need to complete orders, which is why you've got to grow these items. Now, you're hoping to get the prizes, you're hoping to get the trophy, and you're hoping to get that thumbs up mark. Now, to actually enter the cook-off to win a cool trophy, you need to get 5,000 points. Now, I need 10 orders to unlock my event badge, which means I then qualify, and I need 5,000 points within your club to actually be entered in that cook-off. So you don't have to get 5,000 points, it's a group effort. Now, my club has 20 people and most of my club members were able to participate. Some were really active, some were not so. Now, it will vary depending on the clubs you're competing against. Some of the clubs out there, oh my goodness, they do produce a lot and they do get a lot of points. Now, my club does work really hard. We all have busy lifestyles, all from different time zones, so it's a bit of a challenge. Now, we had the one machine this time, which was the healthy food store, and you could produce raw green juice, superfood bowl, a healthy salad box, and an egg and avocado toast. And again, they take a different amount of time. Now, what you need to do before you can start producing is to plant your crops and then grow them. So you really need to build up your stock, so then you can start completing some of these orders that have been requested. And you really don't want to run out, because occasionally gold orders come up and those gold orders are worth lots of points. Now, can you rely on your club to help you out? No, you can't. For food event activities, you are working alone. You're the only one who's able to complete those orders. You're the only one who can actually grow the products within those 8 boxes that you've got, and then to make those orders. However, some of the orders are going to require items from your actual restaurant, like apples as an example, orange juices, carrot juices, apple juices, and many other things. Now, the event was very healthy focused, so we used a lot of carrots, and we used a lot of apples. Oh my goodness, did I actually have to grow a lot or chop down a lot of trees just to be able to complete some of these requests. Now, was it a challenge? Yes, it was, because I've only got so many boxes within my restaurant, and I still need to fill regular orders as well, because I'm trying to save up enough coins to purchase a new machine and to expand my land. I'm also working towards increasing my vouchers because I would like to buy an aquarium and some other decoration that I'm going to show you in some different videos. Now, usually when you're working towards the vouchers, you can only get silver and bronze vouchers, and you can get these from doing the trucks within the game. But the gold vouchers, you can get those from the event, and it's only through doing the event so you get those gold vouchers. So once you actually reach level 18, you have this opportunity to open up your event area and then start working towards building up your gold vouchers. So please do that, and then just start looking for a food club to join, or maybe create your own and add your friends. Now, if you're looking for friends, do come and join some of the Facebook groups that are out there and make some friends within those groups, join their food clubs, and then work with them towards these events, because the rewards can be quite cool. For example, during the Christmas one we got some really cool decoration. Now, this time, did we have anything different within the game? Basically, no. There were no avatars, so you didn't need to worry about buying decoration or costumes within the actual event itself. So you didn't need to be concerned about spending your vouchers or redecorating your restaurant. It was literally just a few days activity, basically like a long weekend, for example, where you were just doing something really healthy with your friends within the game. Now, some people, as I said, participated, some didn't, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was good fun. And as you're watching this video, you can see some of what I've done. You can see all of the rewards that I actually gained, and I will continue talking about the video. Now, at the same time as doing the event, you also need to focus on your restaurant. Now, it could be filling these trucks like I'm doing here and then trying to claim the vouchers. It could be watching the movies and getting the resources. It could be filling some of these orders and then working towards increasing your coinage. Now, once you actually get to level 34 and above, you can start actually building towards increasing your recipe mastery, which is the actual stars located just above each of the imagery. Now, do check out my other video on that, because I talk more about the mastery within that one. It's just a short one, but it gives you all of the details. Now, did I encounter any difficulties with this event? Yes, I kept running out of carrots, and it was really challenging to actually grow those and to then produce the carrot juice within the game, because it did require a lot of resources. So maybe next time we have a healthy event, if we do, I'm going to preempt that one by making sure I've got lots of apples and greens and carrots and juices pre-made. Now, I'm kind of glad that I'm experiencing these events for the first time. So if we do this kind of event again in the future, I'm going to hedge my bets and maybe think along those kind of lines of pre-making lots of items. Now, will the events be the same? I don't know. We will have to wait and see as we develop and progress more through this game. Now, I'm kind of looking forward to the next event, which is a Chinese New Year event. So I'm kind of thinking about the kind of products I'm going to need for that already. And it's building up or taking up a lot of my storage, getting these items ready. Now, storage within the game is quite a challenge sometimes. You're looking to expand 2 key storage areas within your restaurant, but you've also got 1 storage area in the event area. Now, if you haven't expanded that storage in your event area, it can be a challenge sometimes, and you really need to be careful that you're not producing too many crops, because if you do produce too many crops and you don't have the orders to use those items, you then can't start really making anything or collecting anything. Well, actually you can. What you can do is basically produce items on the machine, and then it just gives you those items stacked above the machine. But if you want to collect the actual produce that you've grown, you can't do that because it won't let you. And you'll see some of those examples within the video. So do, when you get the chance, expand your storage for the event area, and gradually as you play the game, don't forget to do that because it's really important. Now, what did I like about this healthy event? One, it was a short event over a few days, so it's not taking up a lot of my time. I can come and go very easily and still be very competitive and supportive within my club. I enjoyed that aspect. Two, I didn't need to worry about redecorating or dressing up my staff. I could just focus on the event, and that was cool as well. Three, okay, I only had the one machine that I really need to be concerned with, and I had a selection of orders that I needed to produce. Now, usually the machine only has 2 production slots, or in the last event they increased one of the machines and gave us a third one, which was awesome. But this time we actually had 4 slots. Oh my goodness. So this means that you could start producing 4 items, and for me that was perfect. So I'm actually a teacher in real life, and many of the lessons I do are like 40 minutes long. So I could produce 4 items that would take 10 minutes to do, as an example, and then by the time my lessons finished they were done. So this allowed me to build up a nice amount of stock, so when those golden orders came I didn't need to worry about watching the golden orders. I actually had those items ready in my storage and ready to go. Now, that's not always the case. Sometimes I would complete a golden order and then it would be followed by another one, and I'm thinking, no! Okay, how can you do that to me? And I just didn't have the time to produce any extra items because I just used them with some other orders. Now, you do need to pick and choose the orders that you're doing, and this is where you need to discuss within your club what you want to do. What is your priority? Now, maybe you're focusing on the high point ones, maybe you're focusing on the low point ones, maybe you're just doing everything. At the end of the day, personally, I don't really mind for my club. Just have fun, support each other with the other items that are being grown in the restaurant, help each other with the orders within the restaurant, and then basically do the event as best as you can. Now, do you need to do all of the points? No, you don't. The only thing I would say is make sure you qualify for the actual thumbs up mark or the leaf or the actual image that's being used to say that you've entered that cook-off event, because if you don't get that, even if your club comes in first, second or third, you don't get the trophy because you don't have enough orders completed to actually qualify. So you must do that, please. It's really important. Do the minimum. If you can't do everything, at least support your club in some ways. Now, when it came to me growing crops, okay, you need to balance which ones. Now, you see here that I built up a nice stock of the avocados and the pomegranates. Now, I found that to be a key product. I needed to keep maybe 7 or 8 of each in storage, and then I could just grow the other ones very quickly. I used 100 coins every time just to grow these first 2 items, and for me that was another way of getting one more product without worrying about trying to grow it within my grow boxes. So basically I ended up with like 10 slots for growing products, which was really cool, and I liked that option. I'm so glad that it was separate and not built into one of the machines. It was like we saw within another event. Now, one thing I did like about it is the animation. So I could just watch these 2 characters within the event area. Look at the way he's just cooking there. He gives you a little wave. He's got his green juice growing. He's got his vegetables just behind him. Nice little shade there as well. He's got his little basket with, again, more resources in there. It's so cool. Now, when he's not actually cooking, he's cutting some items there that he's growing in his little trays on the top. This attention to detail, you actually zoom in and look, was really interesting. And I love the design work that's put into these different stands for the event. Now, I'm kind of looking forward to the New Year's one. I have in my mind some imagery that I'm expecting to see for that New Year's event for the Chinese New Year. I think it's going to be really, really cool. And what I will do is make a video of what's to come within that event as soon as I get the images from the games company. Now, for yourself, what did you think about the event? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you find it a challenge? Did you struggle to find apples and make bread and grow the wheat and grow the carrots to make the carrot juice? Or did you find it very, very easy? Let me know in the comments below, because I'd really be interested to see what your thoughts were. Now, I think maybe for next time when I do this event as well, I'm going to plant a lot of apple trees, just so I've got the fruit to actually harvest for this event, because like I said, I did run out of apples quite a few times. Now, thankfully, we've got the newspaper, also not really newspaper, like the roadside stand where you get orders that are there for different people. Now, there are two great ways of actually finding items these days, especially since the last update. Now, for example, you just open up the roadside stand and then you've got all of your friends, and you can bounce through each one of those and see what they're selling. You've also got Stella, who will sell you some items that are just for you, so you can buy all of those. Now, many of the items that your friends are selling will disappear very, very quickly, and once you build up a lot of friends, that's a lot of people you've got to keep bouncing through just to see what orders they are. Now, thankfully, we've got this world option, which gives us a selected amount of orders that come up every now and then, basically every 10 minutes. Now, if you want to speed it up, you can do. Now, I do wish that when I first started the event, I'd bought some of these items a lot faster, but you'll notice that other people were doing the same kind of thing and purchasing them a lot faster than I was actually doing. Now, the next option you've got for actually visiting people's stands is the little bubble heads. Now, these are the characters that are walking around your restaurant or through your restaurant or within the neighborhood that have avatars just above them. Now, do tap on those. Then visit those restaurants and then check their roadside stalls, because basically it gives you another option to purchase produce from someone that maybe is not your friend, someone that's actually just within the global environment within the game. So it's cool for actually picking up some really good items sometimes. And during this event, I found it was nice to actually do this and then pick up the resources I needed, especially when it came to these carrot juices. Now, when you're looking at the order, sometimes you're thinking, okay, hey, the points don't really match the time and effort it takes to actually grow or to produce these items. Now, you need to think about this. Do you want to do all of the orders, or do you want to rip them off and then just get a fresh one? Now, ripping them off is okay, but that's a long time between ripping off and then the new order coming up. So 30 minutes basically is a long wait. Now, that's great if you want to be able to produce some items before the orders come up again, and it's really useful for that. However, if you're not in the game and a golden order does pop up, you will miss out on that opportunity of 100+ points sometimes. So do take it into consideration when you're ripping orders away and you're not really sure what's coming up next. I would strongly recommend, though, building up your storage. Keeping a good amount of items for any of these events for the actual orders that are coming through is your best option. Now, what did I dislike about this? Actually, I can't think of anything that I really disliked. I found it a nice challenge, not too challenging. I found it really enjoyable. It wasn't boring in any way. The time balance was just right for me. So I can't think of anything really negative. Okay, I know usually I complain about the storage, but I'm feeling quite comfortable this time with the number of boxes I had, so I could leave items there. The only downside, I wish I'd had more carrots and carrot juices, but okay, next time I'm more aware. Right, that's enough about the game. Let's start focusing on what I'm doing here. Okay, my orders. I need a breakfast there, so let's get one of those on the go. I need more bacon and eggs if I can do any more. I need some onion soup as well, but let's collect some resources first. So, 1 onion soup from the soup station, and I've got 2 in production. Perfect. Apple juice I think is going to be difficult because I've got carrot juice on the go, so I need to think, should I keep that order or should I bin it, I wonder. Now I'm going to keep it because you never know, maybe later I can squeeze it in there. We will just have to wait and see. Harvest some more products there, get some more on the go, so I need some more corn there because I need eggs. And what else needs doing? Strawberries. Now I need 5 more strawberries. I've got 11 hours and 34 minutes left on the clock, but my bushes are basically empty. I've collected all the strawberries, done all my other trays already, so I now need to find some in the roadside stall. Now if I'm lucky, I can find them relatively quickly, but if not, maybe they're sold out like that item you just saw there. Now I'm going to have to move around people's restaurants and see if I can find something. So as an example, I've got a beautiful restaurant here. Look at that balance of pink. Now I do so love this photo mode because it allows you to actually zoom out and get a good look at people's designs, and I think this is an awesome addition to the game. The fact that you can take photos then share them on Twitter or any other way, I think is pretty cool, and I'm so glad that they've added this addition in, and I do wish that other games that I enjoy had the similar kind of option. Now, let's keep checking. I'm looking for strawberries, but I'm also enjoying the views that I've got here. 13 hours, they're looking for 2 butters. Can I do it? Yes, I can, and that's experience and coins for my kitty. Very nice, and Maud, I hope that helps you out. And I do like the layout of your restaurant. It's quite interesting. I like that balance and the different usage of colours. It looks really cool. Interesting the way you've got your little name for your restaurant in the center there. That's quite unusual. Okay, now my main focus here is looking for strawberries because I do need some, so I guess I'm going to have to go back to the roadside stall and see what I can find. Now I've got the option to refresh, 1 press of the button, and I've got 10 minutes left on the clock. Let's see what I get. Ooh, lots of goodies there. Look at those. Perfect. Yes, strawberries, just what I'm looking for. But 156 gold coins gone, but only 3. Is it going to be enough? No, I still need a lot more. So it's time to keep hunting and looking around. Now sometimes when you actually go to a stall and you purchase the items, it looks like it's not being refreshed. So I found that if you actually go to the restaurant or another restaurant, then come back again, you may find that they've actually collected the coins and then they've added a new item. It all depends on the restaurant owner and how much that they're actually focusing on that aspect of the game. So do check, do refresh as often as you can when you've actually checked it, because you will find that some of the items are sold before you get there and they've often added some new items back afterwards. Now I need 1 more strawberry. Can I find it, I wonder? I don't know. I'm going to have to request some help, I think, from my food club. Now I need 6 more orders to unlock my event badge, and I don't think that's going to be a problem. I should be able to do it relatively soon. I still need to produce more goods there, so let's get working on those. Okay, adding more items to my storage, 24 of 35 there, growing some more crops that I need so I can produce the products required for these orders. Harvest those cucumbers, plant a few more again afterwards. Quinoa, I need some more. Let's get 2 of those in there. Or should I do something else? Choices. Paying attention to what resources are needed for these orders is very important. You don't want to be running out. Now celery I found was quite a challenge. I often forgot that I needed to produce that one. So maybe next time we have this healthy event, I'm going to make sure that I have sufficient celery in storage as well. Now when it comes to the New Year event that we've got coming up for the Chinese New Year, I'm going to pay specific attention to which products are required more often, I think, and ensure that I have those items in storage. And between now and then, I'm going to try and find some hard hats because I want to upgrade my storage, which is that little red box just next to next to the back of the event area. 2 orders I can do there. Let's do that. And we've got a golden order. So 5 of those little boxes there. Do I have space? Yes, I can do this. All I've got to do is to collect the resources and I can get that one going. But do I have sufficient time to actually get them going, I wonder. Now sometimes I need to travel between locations because I'm off to work or something like that. Now because I'm playing on my iPad, I actually don't have Wi-Fi services. So what I've actually done now is to add the game to my iPhone. Now the screen is really small, but I can still play the game when I'm traveling because I'm able to connect to a 3G network as I'm moving from place to place. My only difficulty is from my home to my workplace there's a few mountains and I need to go through the tunnel, so I often do lose connection. Now thankfully that ride is only a 30-minute ride, so that's sufficient for me to actually get some items in storage and hopefully get to the other end and then harvest those or collect those products and then achieve that golden order. Now it's not always possible. Sometimes I did fail in that task and I think I probably lost about 5 gold orders in total because of travel situations here in Japan. Okay, back to my restaurant and start doing now. I do so love this sushi bar. It's one of my favorite machines because it produces some really good items. And I've got my strawberries so I can now do that. And thank you very much to my club members for helping me out. And look at that, another bronze voucher for the kitty. And off goes my truck and my board for the next truck appears. And I'm going to need coffee beans. But I don't need those for another 6 hours, so I needn't worry too much about them. I've got sufficient bushes at the moment and maybe I can get some support from my club as well should I need it. Now sometimes you need to actually produce items before the truck arrives, but it will depend on what it is. If it's actually a harvest product, then I would say maybe wait till at least an hour before the truck arrives. That way you're not going to fill up your storage too much with unnecessary items. If it's a product that needs to be made, then get going with that item. However, if it is one of the cakes, be aware that the cakes do take a long time, so you're probably going to end up binning some of those orders unless you keep a certain number of cakes in storage. And I'm starting to get the feeling now that I need to be doing this. So as I'm starting to increase my storage within the restaurant, I'm finding that I'm keeping certain items in storage because they do take such a long time to actually produce. 5 hours can be a long time. Okay, that one I can do. Let's send that away. Get some more items going. So I need some milk to actually produce that item. I've got some milk there done. Perfect. So let's just collect those milk and then we can jump straight back to that. Get some more milk in production. But I need some more greens growing. That's not going to be a problem. So, soup station, how much left? Okay, 11 minutes on the clock there, no worries, that's easy. Apple juice order still there. Macaroni cheese is going to be done now, so 15 minutes for that one. But if I use my wheat, then I've not got enough left, so I need to grow some of those. I've only got one more, so as soon as I get the chance, more wheat needs to be grown. Okay, 4 boxes now, that's 40 minutes worth of work. I've got 56 minutes on the clock, plenty of time to get those 110 points. Sweet, and here is my first reward. Look at that, everybody, a blue box with 200 gold coins. Oh yes, am I so happy. So 200 for the first box, and I've done it. 200 now for the next box. I'm going to be able to do this, and I'm now third place. Nars number 1, Claudine's number 2. Will we stay that way? Will it change? We will have to wait and see as we progress through the next 3 days of this event. Now, if I do that 32 order, I'm going to cause a problem. So I'm going to ignore that one till much later and just concentrate on the gold order. Now, a couple of times I did make a mistake and actually fill an order and then realize, no, don't do it. And then it was too late. I'd already sent the order off. Thankfully though, I still had sufficient time, like I just done there. I've sped ahead and that order's done. 110 points for my total, and I'm so happy about that. But now my stocks are empty, so I need to start producing a few more boxes. 2 more orders to unlock my event badge, not going to be a difficult one. However, did you see all of those apples that were required there? Now, I don't have many apple trees. Now, since the event, I've actually grown a few more, and I've been making sure that I've got sufficient apples in storage. But it was a challenge, as I said. I've got a message there, so I need to go and check what that one is in a moment. Okay, message checked and sorted out, and here is one of those items that she was able to collect for me. This cost me some gold coins, and it's now sitting there in case I need it. So as I mentioned, that was the extra, like basically tray for producing items. Now, I never used it for compacting items, but if you do find that you have too many products that you've grown, remember you have this option to compact items together to produce something else, and it will allow you to adjust your storage this way, unless of course you've actually used these first 2 slots, and if that's the case, it's going to be a little difficult for you. I found that because my storage is a 35 option, it's often better to only let my storage go up to 33, and then if I did need to collect something from one of the boxes, I can collect 2 and then maybe plant one of those, and I can use one of those items, and you might want to think about that as well. Now, has anyone got their event badge? Yes, 2 of my colleagues have done it already, and I'm only a little bit away from that one. 1,736 points, and we're well on our way to the 5,000 to enter the cook-off event. Now, is it random, these cook-off events? I don't know. I suppose the faster that you actually get your 5,000 points means you're probably going to be up against the more competitive food clubs. So if you're slow at actually getting those 5,000 points to start with, it probably means you're going to be up against maybe some more relaxed food clubs. So you might want to think about this. If you're the kind of club that's very active and you're getting those 5,000 points quickly, then you're probably going to be up against very active clubs as well. And maybe that's too much of a challenge for you. Just look at the totals that are being achieved in the top 100. Now, my club's not so fast at actually getting the 5,000 points, so we've done pretty good against some of the food clubs that we've gone up against, and I'm thinking that maybe this is a factor that we might need to consider. Now, maybe I need to check on this to see if this is so, and if it is, I'm going to report back and let you know, and it may be a tactic that you might want to consider. So don't go for the 5,000 points too quickly. Take it slow and steady, give it a few hours for the competitive ones to actually reach that, and then you go forward. And then you will find that then you're up against maybe the hoods that are much more relaxed and slow paced like yourself. Then you can go full steam ahead and then blitz it and come in the top 3. 5 more points to qualify for the cook-off. Now, if I do one of these orders, that gives us the board. Now, preparing the cook-off leaderboard, as you can see there, and we are now going to be positioned. We've got 5,027 points, and we're just waiting to join a cook-off event. What kind of clubs are we going to be up against, I wonder? I don't know. but quite a few of my team have now got their thumbs up mark. So should we come in the top 3, each one of those members will get a reward, which just happens to be the trophy. Now you will notice as we get towards the end of the video that you'll see some of my club members didn't actually get their thumbs up mark. Now this is okay, it's not such a big issue. However, if they do wish to compete and get that thumbs up, you need to actually do your 10 orders to get it. So please everybody, if you are in the event, as I said, work towards that thumb mark, even if you're not going to be able to do too many points for your club overall. It's still preparing the cook-off leaderboard, so I wonder what's taking it so long. Maybe it's my connection, or maybe there are so many clubs now getting their 5,000 points, it's trying to find a really cool group of clubs for me to go up against. Okay, 32-33, as I said, is an ideal storage, and that's what I've got at the moment. 3 days left on the clock, and still plenty of products to make. Apples, drink, pomegranates, lots of items there. More, lots of cucumbers, need some broccoli, get that one going as well. Okay, now quite a few of these orders for cucumbers and broccoli I did actually bin. You're only getting a few points for those items, and it requires such a lot of items that you just don't have the storage for them. So I found I was binning some of those orders. Now, from chatting to some other people, they said that they actually did all of these smaller ones because the points did help when it come to actually progressing through the actual leaderboard. Now, that's an interesting way of thinking about it. So what's your tactic? Do let me know, because I'd be interested in seeing the kind of things that you guys out there do as well, and let's share those. Okay, my trucks arrived, so as you can see there I need 9 coffee beans. I need some coffee as well, typical. Now that truck for me was too challenging. I needed cupcakes, I don't have the resources, my resources and time, I just don't have it. So I'm sending that one away and I'm waiting for the next one to come along. These are the items I've currently got in storage. These are my 2 key storage areas, and I'm going to be selling some of the items I've got because I get lots of coinage. Now these pies do give me a good return, and I can quite happily make those and just come back to them later. It doesn't take up too much time and energy. So once you get that machine for making those pies and those cakes, start producing, because the coinage, as you can see, is really good, especially when you leave them overnight. Now some of these items do turn around quickly, but a lot of people do sell them. Now you've got a choice if you do want to sell those items. It's quite good for making money, but who is going to buy them if they can make them themselves? Now sometimes I do buy, sometimes I don't buy. It depends on the kind of trucks I get. Now if it's for a general order, I usually don't worry. It's only when I need to fill trucks that I tend to buy from the actual roadside stalls. Or if I need items to make something. Now my sushi bar, as an example, I need a lot of seaweed, and requiring seaweed is not always easy to get from that lighthouse guy. Even though he's a good fisherman, unless you're actually using the rake, you don't get that much. Okay, you can use the hooks, and then it's sometimes it's like a 50-50 option. You might get the fish, you might get the seaweed, but I found sometimes I got so many fish that I just didn't have sufficient seaweed to do some of the orders. So, but these days we've got many more products that require fish, so it's kind of more balanced out, and I don't mind that. Now cheeses, let's discard that one. I need the milks for other things. What else? These are the cakes I was on about. Now that middle cake I think is not worth it. It takes a long time and the return is not so good. But the first one and the last one, actually they do give a good return. The first one because it's not so long to actually make. The last one, okay, it actually gives quite a good coinage for the time it takes. still 5 hours is a long time, and for me actually to make that earlier in the day then come back to it later is quite beneficial. Unless of course you're getting some of those in production and then you need the actual cupcakes for a truck order, and that's when you're thinking no, because you don't have sufficient gems to speed it up. You got to see here from looking at my totals, I've got 0 gems now within the game. Now I did increase my gem total because some of the prizes that we're getting in this event are gems. It's not just coins that they were giving us. We also got vouchers. Now the vouchers we picked up were gold, silver and bronze, and very satisfied with the quantities this time. Good return for those items. Both of those products do net you a nice amount of coinage as well. Anything from the sushi machine, perfect, just sell them. Look at that, 338 coins there for one of those items. What am I going to get for the next one? So let's have a look. I think that's enough to sell because I need those other items. Get some more of those pies in production. The first one I don't worry too much about. I think the next one is much better for my coinage. More wheat, plant some more again. 3 messages to look at a little bit later. I need some berries, so get those off there, ask for help with that one, and I hope someone comes soon so I can get that one revived and then get some more berries on the go. I could use some lemons there as well, but I'm running short of sugar cane. I think I'm going to have to grow some of those. I so want to have some pie now. It looks so delicious. Now you might have noticed walking around my restaurant is a little penguin. Now in the event that's coming up very soon, later in this month for Chinese New Year, we're going to be getting a new pet. So if you like pandas, everybody, sweet, we're going to get a panda. Now what I'm actually hoping is to actually collect sufficient pets throughout the game as I progress, and I want to have a mini zoo area. So I'm looking to get more exotic animals that I will need to feed, and then build a nice little zoo next to my restaurant that people can come and visit and look at, and I think that will be so cool. Now the only thing that's got me worried is that once I do actually get this panda, what's it going to eat? Is it going to be the sugar cane? Is it going to be something else? I hope it's not one of the items that takes a long time to actually grow. But then again, like if I think of the penguin, the actual turnaround time between once you revive it and it goes back to sleep is quite a few hours, so you've still got sufficient time to actually grow something that it needs to feed. But then again, penguins eating apples is a little strange. Personally, I think maybe feeding a penguin a fish would have been a much better idea for the game. So I'm hoping that any future animals we get as pets are a little bit more realistic with the food requirement. So as an example, like if we do get a panda, maybe there's a product that's coming further on in the game that it does require to actually feed that animal. Bamboo. I wonder, will we get bamboo later in this game? It could be quite useful, I think. And here's one of my next orders. Now this is a red order. Usually to get the red order you've got to do red box. To get the red box you need to do 2 blues first and then the red one. And I just got a red one there, so now it resets and I've got to start again from the beginning and work my way to the next blue box. You saw I got a gold voucher there, awesome. As I said earlier, you can only get gold vouchers through the event-based activities, so you need to be working towards doing those, as I said. Now I've got a nice little gold order here in the center. 28 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock. Can I do that one? Probably not, so I'm going to have to let that one go and not worry too much about it. Okay, this was my next one, a blue box, 300 gold coins, sweet. I was so happy about that one. Now I'm actually saving coinage to buy that next machine, and I really do want to get that one. 20 minutes for 2 more boxes, no problems, I can get that one done, so I won't lose out on those coins, I don't think. So 3, I need 5, not going to be an issue. Okay, 20 of 35, 59 minutes left on that one, 44 points for 2 of those toasts. Not such a good return, but it's okay. Get some more juice in there, collect that box. That's 5 done now with 37 minutes left. Sweet. And my club is now ranked number 1, everybody. So 3 days, 3 hours left on the clock, and we are number 1. But will we maintain that position? Now, we actually had some other clubs competing against us, and it was actually challenging some of the time, and I enjoyed that challenge, especially as it got closer to the last day and the hours started to tick down, because it became more competitive, I think, as we all realized that we were only so many thousand points separating each other. Now, thankfully, we were able to maintain our lead on the last day, and that led into the last few minutes, and we were able to do very, very well. But it was really close. Now, the third, fourth position, I did notice that they did jump backwards and forwards quite a few times, and the challenge for us this time wasn't overly difficult. It was just perfect for the number of people that were actually participating, and I was quite pleased about that. Now, you'll notice here as well that the points I need for each box here have increased. So to get this one, I needed to get 500 points. And now, as you're progressing through the game, it will increase even more. So every time the level kind of resets, you go back to a blue box, you're kind of increasing your required total between each of the boxes. It started off very low at the beginning, and now I'm up to 600 points. Now, you may think, well, 600 points is a lot, but actually it's not too challenging. It's when it gets to the 1,000 or above 1,000 that it becomes more difficult, because when you're looking at like 20 or 30 points for some of these orders, 1,000 points is a long way off. But look at my vouchers at the moment. Look what I've achieved so far. So 11 gold, 10 silver, 13 bronze, and I'm up to 12,000 gold coins. I'm really happy. So a 3/4 day event here gave me a really nice return. So for a little bit of energy and time expenditure, I was able to expand really well, and I even got some more achievements, which was even good. So a green thumb reward there and a few more to go. Now, you'll see that I got a couple of golds as well. That means I've actually got all 3 rewards, and there's still a few more to do. Another truck done, another bronze voucher. Awesome! I so love that. Some orders I can actually process, so 91 points there, not a problem. Look at that, 565 points for all of those soups. Oh yes. Now, this salad station, I do like this machine a lot. It doesn't take a long time to actually turn those salads around, and you do get a good return on them, and you do get quite a few orders, so it's relatively easy to actually do. Next food truck's going to need corn. Not going to be a difficult one to do, I don't think. Now, the majority of the time with my lighthouse, I just usually spend the coins and get those hooks and then just take the fish or the seaweed. I'd rather not use the actual resources I need for chopping down bushes and trees unless it's kind of an emergency. Now, do you do the same kind of thing? Do you actually spend the gold coins to get the hooks, or do you go with the actual resources that you need to chop down the trees and the bushes? Now, I do have a question for those of you who are the next level up. Now, for the actual fishing boat, you've got some more products coming up very, very soon. And to actually get those products, okay, you're going to need some special items like a net, for as an example. Now, currently at the moment within the game, for myself, my coinage will only get me a hook, and it will only allow me to get either fish or seaweed. So how do you actually get that net? Can you use coins to do it, or can you win them within the game? Do you get them from the video? Please do let me know in the comments if you are a high enough level. Now, I've now just reached level 35, so I can start making some new food. I've got new decorations, so wall there, fountain, which looks really cool, and I've got swords, gems and coins. perfect. And that is a wonderful looking hot dog. And I wonder what soup that is that I've got there. That looks quite interesting. I'm going to have to look at the machine in a moment and see what it is. So, soup station, here we go, and look at that. 45 minutes to make the full noodle soup, and I hope I pronounced that right. But look what it needs to actually make it. You're going to need another soup, you're going to need meat, and you're going to need rice. It's also got its own recipe mastery, 120 to actually get the first star. Okay, so I'm going to have to start producing some of these. Now, at the same time as getting this, I started to get orders. Now, because I actually haven't made any of those soups yet, any orders I'm getting, I'm just binning. And that's the same with the truck. The grill was the other new product, and it's hot dogs. Look at that, everybody. Doesn't that look so delicious? Oh, I'd love to have a hot dog now. It would be perfect. In fact, I'd love to have more than one. Now, I'm going to need pork for this one, which is not too challenging to get, bread and tomatoes. Now, thankfully, the pork is only 45 minutes, so that's easy to do, but you need carrots for that, and I want carrots for my event, so that was a challenge. Now, one thing I don't like is the bacon. That takes so long to produce. And I had a track the other day that required the English breakfast, and there was just no way I could do it because the bacon took me too much time to actually fatten up my pig just so I can then collect that bacon from it. So if you do actually get the option of buying the pig and then getting the chance to produce bacon, do keep a good storage of bacon in stock because it takes a lot of time and you are going to need it. Now here we are, we're looking at the club ranking. Now as you can see, these are all of the clubs that we're up against, and there are 20 in total. They've all got a varying amount of points, but the top 4 are up in the 40 odds or 50,000s. Now everybody from number 4 upwards were the very competitive ones, I felt, within the actual food clubs that we were up against, and it was quite interesting to watch as they bounced backwards and forward, as I said earlier. And another gold order there, 110 points towards my group. And look at that, everybody, 1,300 points there between boxes. So it increases quite a lot as you progress, as I said. There's one of those little bobblehead peoples walking past, and that's such a cute photo there. Now, I do like some of the imagery, and I'm quite happy that we can now see people's photos. And I do like the fact that it's quite interesting to see what other people look like and then to go and visit their restaurants. And some of the names that you guys have chosen for your restaurants are really cool. For all of the restaurants that you visited so far, what's your favorite restaurant name? In fact, tell me, why did you choose the name for your restaurant? Now, for myself, I've chosen Red Knight's Place. Now, for me, I use Red Knight as my game name, so everybody recognizes me. You can see the icon I use on my Facebook and on my videos. It makes my videos more recognizable amongst all of the other videos that are out there in the world. Now, if you haven't already, do subscribe to my second channel where I upload these Food Street videos. Now, I do have the 2 channels, but this second channel is the one for these videos. In fact, I load other videos there as well. So do watch some of those videos because it does portray my life living here in Japan as well. Now, the fact that I've leveled up as well, I can now actually get a new table within my restaurant. And by getting that new table, I can actually get a new order here. So if you scroll all the way along to your actual orders, it will tell you what level you need to reach before you can start adding more tables. And more tables means more orders means more coinage and more experience points. And when you can buy more tables, then during these events where we get some really cool table decorations, you can add some of these and then redesign your restaurant so it looks really interesting, kind of like what I've done at the moment. Now, I'm using 2 kinds of tables inside and a different table outside. So I've got a Halloween one in the back there. Within the center I got my wooden tables, and outside in front of my restaurant I've got my Thanksgiving one. Now, when it comes to the Chinese New Year event that's coming very soon, I wonder if we will be getting any tables. I really hope so, because I'd love to maybe get a dragon table. That would be quite cool. Now, even though I've got quite a few hours left on this truck, it's still too challenging for me, and I don't have sufficient time to actually produce all of the meat that's required. So I'm sending that one away. Okay, the next one's due in 6 hours, and it's going to require a fish-based dish. Again, that one I think is going to be a little difficult for me. And that's the icon now for buying the table and chair, as you saw. Now, all I need to do would be to click on that and then open up the little icon down on the bottom left hand side and then purchase it. 26 minutes left on the clock there, so I can get another 110 points. I think that one's doable. But what do I have in production, I wonder? I do so love this image. It looks cool. There she is dancing in the background. Look at him cooking some eggs there for my toast. And 6 seconds on the clock for that one there. Perfect. Now, sometimes I would wait for the item to be made, especially when my storage is quite close to the mark. And if I am taking off an order, I want to know what the next order is going to be before I actually load up my production line for actually producing more food for these orders. I found that sometimes if I actually did an order and my order line was full up, I lost some really good points. So sometimes you do want to load up the actual line for producing goods, other times you don't want to. It's a balancing game depending on the actual task that you've got at that moment. Okay, I'm running out of greens. I need to get some more there as well. I need bread and eggs as well, and I've got sufficient corn, but let's get some more on the go as well. I need some more wheat so I can make some more bread. I need more apples so I can make some more drinks. And doesn't that table look good? There it is, so a buy now option. So I've clicked on that, it's opened up my shop, and you can see there's a yellow dot over the actual tables and chairs. So I can purchase any of these items. Some of them I've got inventory already, some of them I'm going to need to use coins or other items, and some I can't produce yet. Now, some of these tables and chairs will require vouchers. Now, I'm not too keen on spending my vouchers on these tables and chairs. I'd rather use the coins. Now, any items you've got in inventory, you can add out onto your restaurant, and that will count towards it as well. Now I'm going to put another table into this area. Now it does look a little bit cramped by doing this, I must admit. Now if I wanted to, I can start saving my coinage up and then open up one of those back areas. I only really need like a 20-odd thousand gold coins, and then I can start expanding more at the back there. I've got all of the other resources I need, so I'm getting close to that point where I can do that. But as I said, I'm saving my money for the actual machine that I want to get. Now my next table is available at level 49 there, and it's also given me another order option as well, which is great. Now I've got all of these machines and they are located around my restaurant. So what level are you up to at the moment? Now my dessert stations from level 37 was the garden plot I could purchase, but I haven't done so yet. My next unlock, it seems to be level 37 for most of those new items. Lots of cool walls in storage there as well. Some I haven't purchased yet. Now I do like these hedgerows, they look quite good. And I do like that. Now I'm actually quite happy with my current design. I do like my garden area at the back. It's very relaxing, a mixture of grass and pathways, some trees and bushes scattered around, a bit of hedgerow as well. It looks quite good. Now that Tudor wall there was what I just got in my latest update. It's going to cost you gems, and basically it's not gems and then they're all unlocked. You need to spend gems on every single one afterwards. Now the last decoration I got with this level up was the bird bath. Now I do like the look of the bird bath. I think it would be really cool outside my restaurant, but I want to get the aquarium. That's my key focus for this level and the next few levels, is to make sure I've got sufficient vouchers to actually do that. Okay, right, now my club is in first position. There's less than 30 odd or 33 minutes on the clock, and I'm not going to be able to do any more orders. So what I'm going to do is to collect all of my crops that I've actually grown, because I don't want them to go moldy and smelling the area, put those into storage, and then maybe sell them to someone else. I might be able to make a bit of cash out of this. Actually, no, I can't sell them to anybody. Do I have time to produce any more orders? Well, I got 30 minutes, so maybe there's sufficient time to do one or two. But my commitments outside the game don't allow me to spend any more time and get back in 30 minutes. In fact, what I'm about to do now is to go back and teach one more class. And that class will be finished in 40 minutes, so the event will be over and done with. Now, the healthy food stall gave me raw green juice, superfood bowl, healthy salad box, and the egg and avocado toast. Awesome products. I love the graphics, I love the imagery. The crop farmer gave me 2 options for random crops, and I use those all the time. Cucumber, broccoli, the quinola, the celery, and the avocado, and the pomegranate. I never compacted those at all during this event. It wasn't necessary for me. You had all of these beautiful boxes down here for growing all of the products, and I used every single one, and I'm so pleased that we had 8. I think this variation that they gave us in the game made it more enjoyable. Now, my trophy indications here at the top. Now, so far we've only got the 1 bronze. Now, in the last 30 minutes, what are we going to get, I wonder? Well, we're going to have to wait and see and find out. Now, the event's over, my event master's telling me it's done, and the golden man is advising me to keep an eye out for him because he's going to give me my key reward. Now, in the meantime, I'm getting 250 gold coins. Perfect. The event's over. Thank you everybody who participated. I really hoped you enjoyed it. Now, this video has been an hour long, and I hope that you enjoyed everything that I spoke about. I hope you enjoyed my gameplay. Let's see what the resulting prize was for coming in first prize. I'm sorry if you feel jealous, but oh my god, we came first! So well done, Red Knights Food Club. You guys were awesome. 3 gold, 3 silver, 3 bronze, and a gold 2016 Healthy Start trophy. Now, only we have this. No one else can have that until maybe another year when we do the event again. The top 4 were the competitive ones. Congratulations to 2nd and 3rd place. Unlucky 4th place. You didn't quite get into the top 3. Better luck next time. Now, remember my tip about maybe starting your club event a little bit later. Maybe this will put you up against the less competitive food clubs, and I really hope so. Now, even though number 15, 16 and 17 and 18 did do something, because they never actually got that thumbs up mark, they weren't able to get the same rewards that I've just collected. And I'm sorry guys, but if you want to get those vouchers and a trophy, you needed to actually complete those orders to achieve that achievement mark. Without that, you can't claim the same prizes, and I apologize for that. Okay, right, the event's over and done with. Now I just need to get my trophy and place it out. Everything's all cleared up. You'll see my trophy indication to say I got 1. Now, I love this new addition, because if I did decide to leave this club, I've got no way of actually showing that I did well. Now, by having a trophy within the game, you can actually see that I was in a food club and I helped participate very well within that club. So I'm looking forward to having my little trophy row, and here it is everybody. 2016 Healthy Start Gold, 1 in inventory. Now I'm going to place it just down in front of my restaurant, but I need to decide exactly where. I like this area just in front of the fence, but I'm also tempted to move my wall out the way. So let's try the wall first of all. Stick that out of the way, put the trophy down and see what it looks like. And it It's nice, but I don't like it. It kind of clashes with the design and I don't feel comfortable. So I'm going to move that trophy a little bit further down and put it in this grass area just here. And I think it's more beneficial for me to place it here. And now I have quite a few more squares down there where I can put more trophies later, because I expect my club to do well again. And it's going to be interesting to see the number of trophies that we can collect. Now I'm looking forward to seeing many trophies located on people's restaurants, just like this. You've got the actual Healthy Club mark there, you've got the 2016, sweet, and doesn't that look good? Now I'm not too keen on the grass, so I'm going to change that grass. I think I'm going to put down some kind of flooring under the trophy so it kind of blends much better. Now, should I go for the red and white, or should I choose the more brick-like pattern? I think the brick pattern is going to be better, and that's my final choice here. So let's go and find the flooring, scroll down until I come to the design that I like. So keep going, keep going, keep going, past the red and the pink, go on. No, I don't like that one, it looks horrible. So here you can see I'm trying something, and like, ugh, that just doesn't look good at all. So that grey is horrible. Okay, let's try another one. What else is there? The garden stone, that's what I want. Yeah, look at that, much better, and it blends in so much better considering the design that I'm currently doing. I like that a lot. Ooh, I've got some more flooring down there I can purchase. I do like that. Brick pattern next, so I'm going to have to move up to level 39 before I get a new flooring, so 4 more levels to go. Okay, right, now I love the event, it's all over and done with, and I'm looking forward now to the next one. I really hope that you enjoyed the event. Now the next event is the Chinese New Year, starts on January the 28th, so very soon. We're going to get a golden monkey statue, everybody else. There will be avatar items for you to decorate your staff, and you're going to get a pet panda. Those are some preview tips for you. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video, and I will see you all in the next food event. So goodbye all.